Thru. I'm your host, Tony C. We broadcast live here on Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. We'll meet the cappers, get right to the picks so we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to Brian. Brian, what's going on?
Tell you what, great to be hanging out with my good friends here on a Friday. Miss Kevin Thomas, but that's all right. I think I'll start getting on Rod's case tonight just to make up for it a little bit.
Right, very good there. Get on Rod. Let's say hello to Kirk. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. Pretty big week ahead for a lot of sports, so looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, it should be a really good weekend indeed. We'll check in with Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Not too much. It was looking like it was going to be a 3-1, and then Alabama State couldn't hit a free throw. Guy couldn't even lay one in there to get a cover, so it turned to be a 2-2 morning so far. But still lots of action tonight, too. So it got juiced a little bit to kickstart the day. But still, I can't complain about the run we've been having in college basketball. Let's continue that one here in tonight's action. Still got 5 more to go there and a couple on one in the NBA. NBA, man. Get your water ready. There's some crazy laundry list there of questionables. And then the NHL, small little card, but some nice spots tonight. Let's get to it. Let's find some more winners.
Absolutely. Let's find some more winners. We'll get right to it here. Indeed, here. Let's get this show ready to roll here as we got games to you here tonight in the A. We'll start with the NBA, so let's get to the great games, if you would here. We'll start here. As we wait, Javon's still waiting for him to sign it. We'll get on with the game. So we've got Pacers and Sixers going head-to-head here. We have the Pacers on the road here laying 14.5 now, total 232. Next up, we've got Celtics and Heat. Celtics 8, total 213.5. Clippers and Hawks. We've got here the Clippers 4.5. Total sits here at 233. We'll take a look at some of the injury reports here early on for some of these games. Let's take a look at what we got here in this first spot. Let's see. We're going Boston, Miami. Brown, Porzingis will be out for Boston. On the Miami side, Burks out, Jovic out. Pacers and Sixers. We got Indiana with a clean injury report. On the Philly side, Drummond, Edwards, Paul George, Grimes, Lowry, Maxey, Oubre, Walker, all out there for Philadelphia. Maybe they'll get. I see $100,000 fine coming there. They hit Sacramento. They hit Utah with that the other night. Clippers and the Hawks. On the Clippers side, we have no Lundy, no Powell. Simmons has been upgraded to probable. On the Hawks side, no Capella, no Nance. So we get this block underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, only one game I really like here, and it's the Celtics coming off a loss to the Thunder. I think this is a good get-right spot for them. Miami's kind of been trending in the wrong direction as of the trade deadline since they lost Jimmy Butler. I think they kind of lost an identity when he left. Even if they were playing without him most of the season, I think this is a bounce-back spot for Boston. I'm elate with Boston on the road.
There from Kirk. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
Oh, my good buddy Kirk's killing me. I know it's Friday night, and maybe I'm going to get sucked into it, but, I mean, look at the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. The Celtics have owned the Miami Heat, winning 9 of 10 straight up. They've covered, five straight games against the Miami Heat. Heat haven't been covering. Just looks like it's easy to take the Boston Celtics tonight, but I'm going to ride here with the Miami Heat. I think they keep it respectable. It's just too easy for me to take Boston, so I'm going to go to the other side, and that's where I'm going to stop now. I'm going to take the Miami Heat plus the points.
Heat plus the points there with Brian. Next up, we move on right on over to Rod.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under in that game. The Heat, you look at the last 5 head-to-head between these two clubs. Yeah, it has been dominated by the Celtics, but at least they can score over 100 points. You look at the Heat head-to-head in that spot. 84 points, 88 points, 84 points, 89 points, 85 points. I haven't even cracked 90. I'm quite sure that the Miami team total is probably somewhere in the 90s tonight. I don't have it right in front of me, but I'm telling you it's probably in the 90s somewhere. I'll take the Miami Heat team total under, whatever that is. I'm sure it's 90-something. I don't have it right in front of me, but it's 90-something there. Take the under and also take the under full game. 213.5. We're going to go under that total there in that matchup tonight. And then I think it's just the Pacers' role. As you said, maybe there is a fine coming for the Sixers for sitting everybody and sending out G Leaguers and guys with no face plates for the TV guy to try to put something up there, get something going last minute, because they'll all be scrambling right now going, all these guys are out? Who's that guy? Do you know anything on this guy? What am I going to talk about with this guy? Great. This is going to be a great game tonight, so give me the Pacers to pound the 76ers. And probably watch out for the fine coming for the 76ers as well. Agree that one there.
Yeah, this is when the G League announcer gets the phone calls from the big club. Hey, tell me about these guys. There we go. Next up.
Yeah, I need some help. Help.
Need some help.
Who's this guy?
Over to Javon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll with the under with this Heat Celtics game. You know, it's a situation where Miami, doesn't matter who they have in their roster. It's just been smack city as far as, you know, the Celtics on the defensive end goes. Jason Tatum said in the post game of the last game down in Miami that whenever they go to Miami, it's a second home. You know, so you know, with that said, I think they, you know, keep this team, you know, this lesser team, you know, down in points like they usually do. Really doesn't matter who they have on the court. Backups, you know, a couple guys out here. I'm sure tomorrow against the Nets there'll be a couple more guys out that, you know, and then I don't know about Porzingis, but Jaylen Brown, you'll see him. You probably see Tatum out for that game. So, you know, it's just one of those situations where I think the defense holds this Heat team down. It's going to take a 40 to 50 point effort from Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo or somebody to you know to keep this thing, you know, respectable and, you know, over the total. So, you know, I'm on the under in this one.
There from Javon. I'll tell you what I think here about these games here in this one. Yeah, I'll look at taking the points here with the Miami Celtics 5-10 the spread on the road against losing teams. Celtics not defending the three-point line very well, and the Heat, they are defending three, so I'll look at them in this spot. They do have a plus net rating over their past 8 at home right now. Pacers and Sixers, boy, this is it's going to hold my nose and just take the Sixers here. You look at Indiana here, 4-13 as a road favorite this year to the spread, 1-8 to the spread in their past 9 on the road. 6-star 7-1 the spread as a home dog in this ballpark here. I just can't trust Indiana's defense here, even against a bunch of G Leaguers here. So I'll look at the Sixers plus the points. I don't want to lay that type of number there with Indiana as a road favorite. I like the over in LA and Atlanta. Hawks have been an over team at home, 21-12 the over. Clippers 10-5 the over as road favorite, and over in 5 of their past 6 on the road. Clippers have shot the ball very well. We know Hawks can shoot, can't defend. Like the over in that one. Let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready for the next series of games here from this NBA card here for tonight. Next up, we've got Hornets and Spurs. We got the Spurs 2.5, total 232. Timberwolves and Magic. T-Wolves now 11, total 207.5. Cavs and Grizzlies. We've got the Cavs here 2.5. Total sits here at 243.5. Let's let you know what's going on here in injuries in these games from this block. As we look here at the Dallas and the Houston game, we got a laundry list here. Davis, Gafford, Hardy, Lively out. Williams, PJ, Kai Jones, Exum are questionable. Shepard and Amon Thompson here out for Houston. Orlando and Minnesota. We have Cole Anthony questionable. So is Caldwell Pope questionable there for Orlando. Minnesota has a clean injury report here. For the Cavaliers and Memphis, we've got Donovan Mitchell out for Cleveland. Hunter probable there for as Cleveland. On the Memphis side, we've got Aldama out, Poulin out, and Jaren Jackson is your questionable player there. So we get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, no Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to have to roll with the Grizzlies here on the money line at home. It's just how they looked without him this season. They almost lost to who did they play a couple of weeks ago without Mitchell? I forget who they played, but it was a very close game where Garland had to take over late. And I just don't see that happening against the Grizzlies on the Grizzlies court. So I'm going to roll here with the Grizzlies money line.
Yeah, from Kirk. I'll add in the Charlotte and Spurs game. Just Okogie out for Charlotte. Basie out there for Spurs. Remember, De'Aaron Fox out for the season with that broken finger, so he'll no longer show up on the injury report. So De'Aaron Fox out for the year for San Antonio. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
Yeah, I think in this grouping here, I'll take the Dallas Mavericks plus the points. Last night, I believe it was around 13. Now it's at 11.5. In-state rivals here. Dallas has owned the Houston Rockets as far as straight up. I think they're 8-2 last 10. Dallas hasn't been covering the number lately, and Houston Rockets, they've been a cover machine. I just think this is about slightly too many points. I think it's a 10-point or less win here for the Rockets. I'll take the Mavs plus 11.5.
There from Brian. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, and in that Dallas-Houston game, I like the over. Usually Houston plays some pretty good defense at home, but I think with this rivalry going, I think it's going to be more of a track meet type game. Give me the over 220 in that matchup. And then I can't go against the Cleveland Cavs right now, even with Mitchell out there in that one. Or they won 15 straight games. Just can't do it, even with Mitchell out. I think everybody else steps up, and they still beat the Grizzlies there. I just don't like what I've seen from the Grizzlies there. And him being out baked in, Cleveland still wins. Their streak continues to keep going. Give me Cleveland there in that matchup.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, I missed the boat on this one. This was supposed to be a premium play, but just didn't have the time to put it in. Memphis Grizzlies. This is a spot where it all falls down for the Cavs without Donovan Mitchell. It's not that Donovan Mitchell's not playing. It's just a spot, really. 15-game winning streak for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But I will say that Brooklyn game and that Charlotte game kind of concerning to me. Now, you could write it off as, playing two lesser teams, down spot, let down spot. But, now, at the, being at home, on the road for a couple, then at home, once again, I think this road spot for them is going to be an L. Whether Jared Jackson plays or not, that's to be determined. But, I just see the writing on the wall in this one. So, I'll go harder on with the plus 2.5, and then, I'll put a slice on the money line as well.
There from Javon here. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll give you one more, though. Like Brian was saying, I think that Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets game, just a little too many points for my liking, even though, Dallas is, injury ravaged. I'll have to take the points in that one. They have been, fighting at least.
There we go from Javon here. I'll tell you what I think here about some of these games here tonight in this block here. I'm with the Javon. I like Memphis in this spot. Grizzlies 8-4 the spread home against the East. We know Mitchell's out. He's that 3-point shooter for them from out there. Grizzlies here have been defending well, even though point totals are holding. They're holding teams at 44% shooting over their past 5 games. And Cleveland really a bit of a shooting slump over that period of time as well. So I'll look at the Memphis side there. I'll look at the Spurs here. I just don't trust this Hornets team on the road to shoot. Just 1-4 the spread, playing their 3rd game in 5 days. So they've been a 5th road game. I said 3rd road game in 5 days. They've not been very good in this spot, playing these road games on road trips. So I'll look at the Spurs here. The Hornets over their past 5 games just shooting terribly here, 44%, 31% from 3. The Spurs can put points in the basket. That's the points on the scoreboard. So I'll take the Spurs there. And I like the over there with are we looking at this game here? Orlando, Minnesota. I like the over in that one. The Orlando 11-7 to the over as a road dog. We're seeing Minnesota really put up some points right now over their past 5. 52% shooting, 44% from 3. I like the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. So close out the NBA with the final 5 games on this schedule, and they will be here in this block. Mavericks and Rockets here. We got the Rockets 11.5, total 219.5. Raptors and Jazz 2, total 235.5. Lakers and Nuggets 15, total 228. And the Kings and the Suns now up to 3.5, total 232. Let's take a look at the injury report here for this block of games here. In this one, let's see, looking at that Houston and Dallas game that we talked about there, laundry list. So we went through that game already on the previous block. So let's move on over to Lakers and Denver. There we've got Luka out, Hakamura out, Hayes out, James out, Kleber out. On doubtful will be Finney-Smith and Vincent. Jemison is questionable. So even the G Leaguers are getting hurt for the Lakers. on the Denver side, Strawher out for Denver. Then we got Gordon, Najee, Murray, Jokic, Braun, all probable. Looking at Toronto, Utah, we got Grady Dick, Ingram, Mogbo, Portal, Walter out. Barnes, Agbaji, questionable. On the Jazz side, just Collins and George. Just keep it more than 2, or else you'll stay out of trouble, because the Jazz just got fined $100,000 for sitting guys. So you keep doing that, you're going to lose your draft pick. So they got to watch it. Just Collins and George out for Utah. Sacramento and Phoenix, we got Crowder, Lyles, Sabonis questionable for Sacramento. On the Phoenix side, we've got Morris and Allen doubtful. Richards and Martin will be questionable there. And a big game for Phoenix if they want to get that back into that playoff picture, or that play-in picture, as they say here. So let's get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Raptors here. It just seems like the Jazz don't want to play basketball right now with benching all these guys. Some guys want to play, some guys don't. Sure, George could play if he wanted to. So I like the Raptors here. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They are the better team. They're trying to win games at least. So I like the Raptors here, plus money. Utah's a home favorite right now. Just doesn't sit right with me. So I'm going to be on the Raptors there. And then what was the other game? Yeah, that's it for now.
That block. All right, let's move on over to Brian.
I'll tell you what, in this block of games here, I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets minus the boatload of points. Nuggets a chance to pay back the LA Lakers for that 123-100 loss they took on their home court just a few weeks ago. The Lakers on a back-to-back spot. Seems like everybody's sitting down. I know that number's high, and people love to bet the LA Lakers, but I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets here, laying the 15.
There we go from Brian. Next up, we shall move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at that Raptors-Utah game, yeah, give me the Raptors plus the 2.5 there in that one. This is the second time this season that the Jazz have been favored. In that first one, hey, they did win the game. They didn't cover in that one as a favorite, their lone time being a favorite this year. So give us the Raptors in that matchup. I also like the over there as well. Up and down we go, 235. Yeah, it's 235 for a reason. I think we hit 240. No defense played, just scoring, nothing but offense there. And then I'm going to lay it there with the Suns. Don't lay it too often with the Suns here, but it's just one of those spots that they're going to take advantage of the Kings in the back-to-back. Just a pound spot for the Suns to whoop it up on the Kings, get themselves a much-needed win in that matchup. And then I'm going to lay it with the Timberwolves there as well. I know that I haven't been great at home covering numbers, but it is going against a Magic team. Good smash spot for Minnesota. I think they win by 15+ there in that matchup.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, it's a Minnesota smash spot. I agree. 6-game winning streak, 5-1 against the spread in that span. Orlando just get right after a promising season last year. It was looking promising until Banchero went out. Then rash of injuries ever since then. Even with him back and Franz Wagner back, just hasn't been the same. So I want to roll their fade, and I will also take the under in that game. Minnesota, like I said, they're on the run, and it's been anchored by their defense. So I could see a very low point total from Orlando also. Like Brian said, it has to be Denver. It is what it is. They got thoroughly embarrassed on their home court, when they rolled into town, what was it, 3 weeks ago. So it's a chance to get some get back, and I think they're going to do it in 25 to 30 point fashion. So you could put the Sendo clip on this one.
There you go.
Because I think it might. It's gonna be a show. So get some plus money out the deal if you want. This is one of the things Mitch like to do. he would rise the ladder with these plays.
He would ladder before laddering was cool. He right.
Right.
You
know what I mean? So
yeah.
So that, hey, listen, that's part of how he made his fortune. He would raise it to the roof. So if you know. So external clip on that one. And Rod's right on that Phoenix. I don't want to be anywhere near them. So if I'm on them, then I'm kind of confident that they're going to get the job done. Take advantage of this back-to-back against the Kings.
There you go. From Javon, tell you what I think here about these games. I like the over in Dallas and Houston. This Mavericks team can't play a lick of defense over their past 5. Get a 54% shooting. Houston is starting to show some improvement shooting the basket, putting some offensive stats. They took issue with Barkley and the gang, and they were talking about the Western Conference contenders. And I think Ernie mentioned, hey, what about Houston? Because they didn't mention, Houston, they can't shoot. They're not good enough shooting. Their offensive numbers are horrible. And since then, they've been actually improving their numbers offensively and putting up some points. And I like the over in that game between Houston and Dallas. And also, I'm going to look at Utah here in this one against Toronto. Utah has covered 9 of their past 12 at home, 7-3 of the spread against the East. The Raptors in terrible shooting form coming in this game. And remember, the Jazz were just fined $100,000 for sitting players. Look, it's not the players want to play. It's the agents who get on the phone and tip off the league office. Hey, our guys are healthy and they're sitting guys. And that's why the Jazz got, I'm not saying why, but that's probably what happened, right? A lot of these guys are one-year contracts. They got to play to make money. Guys like John Collins, some of these guys marketing, some of these dudes got to make money, right? They got to make money. If you're going to sit out, you get out of shape. It's going to cost you money. So these agents get mad and they go, hey, my guy's healthy. They're sitting him. I don't have it 100% that is going on, but I can guarantee you the agents are making sure these guys play, especially if they're on expiring contracts or on one-year contracts. And if they're going to play, they're going to go out there and try and pad their stats while they're at it. So I like the Jazz here laying the 2 in this one in that spot. And yeah, I agree with the Suns. I don't want nothing to do with the Sacramento team. They are playing their 4th game in 6 nights. What they did is they got a back-to-back, 2 days off, and then another back-to-back. And I think on tired legs, we saw what the Knicks did to them in their last back-to-back. And was it Mills who told us never stay away from the Kings in back-to-backs? That still holds true to this day. Sacramento here, 4-12 of the spread this year with the rest disadvantage. So I will go ahead and take Phoenix in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here to cover college hoops. We will take a look at the college basketball card. We'll cover, let's see what we got here on the board. We got these games. We got some real late ones tonight too. So what we'll cover here in this block will be, let's see, I got in-game odds here showing up. Hang on 1 second. Let me go ahead and refresh my odds. My odds service wants to raise prices, and they screwed up when they did it. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, here we go. We got the games here in this block. We'll cover the games here at 6:30 and include the 6:30 and include the 7:30 Eastern. So we'll do the 6:30 and include the 7:30 Eastern in this block. We got Illinois, Maryland here in a Big Ten game. It's a really good matchup here. 1 point favorite for Maryland. Total 158 in this spot. Maryland coming in with that rest advantage. That's an interesting line there. And Marquette, St. John's here. St. John's down from 4.5 to 3.5. Total 144.5. BYU, Houston. This one was 7 earlier. This one's down now. Houston 6.5. Total 134.5. Tulsa, North Texas there in AAC action. Should have played this a week ago. I don't know why you're playing this against these big conferences. North Texas 13.5. Total 126. Missouri, Florida. Good one here. Florida laying 8. Total 164. Duke and North Carolina, this one's come down a half point. This was 7.5 this morning, down to 7. We don't know Flag and Brown. Flag is doubtful to play. I doubt if he plays. Total Duke for 7, total 152.5. We get some action in there for you. St. Joseph, Dayton is nice, sneaky. This is what they put on Peacock for some reason. All the games were on USA Network, then they throw this on, the best game on Peacock for some reason. Dayton, 1.5, total 141. That were open at Pick'em. The money came on Dayton off the opener. Then we got some more smaller conferences coming in here. The Metro Atlantic Conference as well. Some more SWAC action in there as well. AAC coming in. UAB here laying the 5.5 here against East Carolina. and I think I'm going too far, right? Yeah, I'm going too far, guys, in this block right
You're
here.
going too far.
I'm going way too far. I was supposed to stop at 7:30 Eastern. Is what I was supposed to stop at. All right, so 7:30 Eastern game we stop at. So let's get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, here I'm gonna be on St. John's, just the better team here. Only laying 3.5. Late game foul trouble. If they need it, they should get over that hump. But I think they win this game pretty comfortably, anyways. And I like UNC in this spot. UNC on the bubble, basically need a win to get into the tournament. Not saying they're gonna win, but I think it's going to be a close game, 2-3 possessions. So at 6.5, I'm going to take UNC here, especially with no flag or Brown.
Here we go from Kirk. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
I think Kirk's taking the place of my good buddy Kevin Thomas, and I'm going with Marquette. The last message I saw from BetMGM was St. John's was the number one bet game on the board tonight, 83% or something like that. Every single capper I've talked to today, and I talked to a lot of guys every single day. Every one of them has St. John's tonight. St. John's has beaten Marquette both matchups just recently, about a week ago too. I just think it's hard to beat this team 3 times. I like Marquette. I like their coach. And it's come down a point from where it was. So I'm going to take the Marquette plus the points. I think it stays within a possession. Give me Marquette.
Ryan, that's his contrarian.
I agree. It's very square. I agree. It's very, very square. But
you're killing me. You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. It's Friday.
It's Friday. He got the cap. He does have that hat handy over there on Fridays.
I threw the hat last week.
He threw it all. He threw it last week on over to Rod.
I mean, and looking at, give me Illinois here over Maryland. I think it's probably tipped off if it hasn't tipped off yet. You look at Maryland on these neutral courts; they haven't been good. They're 1-9 ATS in their last 10 on a neutral court against an AP ranked opponent, and that's Illinois. So that's why that line's all weird. Give me Illinois there in that matchup. Now, I like the over between Marquette and St. John's. I don't think a whole lot of defense can be played there in that matchup. Up and down they go at $144.5. Give me the over in that one. Another one I like here in this spot is I'm going to take Duke here. I know that everyone's like, oh, no Cooper flag, jump on UNC, and that's all I've ever heard all day is UNC, money line UNC, money line UNC. No thanks. Can't do it. That's all I've heard all day. No Cooper flag, no Cooper flag, no Cooper flag. Yes, everybody's seen it and everybody knows it. So give me Duke. Play the 7 in that one. I think they win by 10 over UNC and be like, no, we're going to dash your hopes again. Sorry about your luck there in that one. I think there's your Mr. Captain Obvious play there in that one. And then the next one I like, it is at the 7:30, but I don't want to. Well, it is at 7:30. Give me Miami O plus the 4 against Kent State. Flash is playing pretty solid, but Miami O, I think they are the better squad there. And that one, I'll grab the 4 points. I think they got a shot, Miami O, to outright Flashers in that one here on Friday night.
Friday night there with Rod. Next up, we move on over to Javon.
Yeah, I'm on Illinois as well. It's just one of those things where these two teams matched up earlier this season, and it was a 21-point bloodbath. Maryland took advantage of a flu bug going around around that time with Illinois. Now it's time for Illinois to get some get back. They're gonna do so. If you know about the head coach from Maryland, Willard, in March, he's not one of those coaches. He's not an Izzo. He's the opposite of him. So I'm a back the line now. I see it fluctuating from plus 1.5. I saw it get to 2.5 just now, and it went back to 1.5. Doesn't matter. Take it on the money line. If you want the points just for security, because these games have a tendency of being 1 point or 2 point, games. You see, I see it jump back to 2.5. But heavily juiced at FanDuel. So yeah, it's I'll take the points, or take the money line or both. So that's the way I would play that game. And that game just started, so there's that. I'm on Missouri. Missouri did beat Florida, Gainesville, that first matchup. 1 point game. It was one of those classic SEC thrillers. I just think that matchup wise, Missouri does some things that bothers the and I think that's going to continue in this one. So that would be my look in that one. Mizzou.
Mizzou there from Javon, or I'll tell you what I like in these games. Yeah, I'm gonna look at here with Brian. I like Marquette here. I'm not really, this St. John's team. Maybe it explains the conference here. St. John's is just a horrible shooting team. How could you win this conference shooting the ball like this? I mean, you go back and look at some of the Big East teams over the years. It's just. I'll look Marquette here plus the points. Marquette in really good shooting and defensive form here. Storm has shot just 42% in conference play. I'm going to look at Marquette there. I'm staying away from that BYU game. That line's moved too much. I'm not going to lose value there with Houston. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take North Carolina. It's not just the flag concern. It's also Brown. It's out for Duke. Devils on a neutral court, 1-3 to the spread. North Carolina, over their past 5, have shot the ball well, 52%, allowing 44%, covering 4 of 5. So I like them here in that spot. Boise State and New Mexico, I will take the good defensive team from New Mexico here, laying the point. Boise State just won a crazy 3-point shooting range last night. I don't know if they can replicate that. Broncos were not in good shooting form entering this game, so I'll look at New Mexico in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll continue on, and we'll take a look at the NHL card here for tonight. We should be able to knock it off here in one swoop here, so let's get the NHL up here for you guys right now. So let's take a look at the card here from hockey tonight. We got Red Wings and Hurricanes tonight. We've got the Hurricanes big favorites, 260. The total coming in here at 6. And then we've got Oilers and Islanders. We got the Oilers $1.26, total 6.5. Stars and Jets. Jets $1.25, total 5.5. Avalanche and Flames. The Avs on the road 201, total 5.5. Predators and Ducks. The Predators $1.55, total 6.5. Hockey Club and Kraken. Hockey Club on the road favored $1.43, total 6. And let's get this one underway here. Let's see if Kirk's got his skates on tonight.
Did I miss something, or did we skip the second half of college ball?
We may have skipped the second half of college ball. We'll go back to it in a second. We'll go back to it.
All right, then the skates are still in the shop then.
Still in the shop, all right. Still sharpening the blades. All right, let's go on over to Brian.
Well, I think I'm going to do Rod a favor in the Edmonton Oilers. I'm going to take the Ron Romanellis here, the New York Islanders, just getting plus money with the home team here. I've seen how Edmonton's played over the last 10 games. They broke my heart. 3-7 last 10. I'll take the Islanders here. I just like the plus money home dog here on a Friday. Slight lean.
Slight lean there from Brian. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in that one, I'm going to take the homer play and take the Edmonton Oilers there in that one, just because it's the Romanellis. They're rusty. They've had a couple days off to rust it up like they always do. They're 3-9 on the season after 2 days of rest. They just don't fare so well when they're all rested. They start to rust, especially here at home. 1-3 at home here off of 2 days rest. Oilers are ready to go. They're looking for a little bit of angry revenge payback there versus the Islanders. It's just one of those spots they need to get right, and they know it as a squad. I think this is that spot. Nothing like beating up on the Romanellis. The Oilers, they have this little book out in the back there in the locker room. Remember when the Islanders beat you and they whooped us in that Stanley Cup? And ever since they swept them, they've had that little book against the Islanders and said, hey, we bring this out every time they come out. We want to beat you up. You're never going to sweep us again. It was the Oilers there in that matchup. Another one I like here in the spot, it's a big plus price. There's another team that I'm sure Brian loves as well, the Nashville squad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Ducks there in that one because they probably look really good, the Nashville team tonight. I'm going to take the Ducks. It's a nice plus price here over Nashville. It's just Nashville, yeah, they're on a nice little winning streak. They look real good. Why are they only minus 60 and they're giving you that much with the Ducks? I don't know. Because the Ducks haven't looked so good. They have not over the last few, but at home here, yeah, give me the Ducks. too much plus price to pass up there with the Ducks.
I thought you were going to take the Flames, the best team in Canada, right?
And
there,
I'm thinking about it because you know why? We got Wedgwood rolling in that one too, and I really think about it that it's that we're what plus 175 on Calgary, and everybody's seen Calgary got
I
whooped
can't
by
believe they're
Vancouver
18,
last
10, and 5 at
time.
home.
And they look bad, and it's a Wedgwood rolling. It's tempted to sprinkle a little bit on Calgary in that one as well. Wedgwood did look good in his last game, but I've seen Wedgwood at times give up 4 goals in the first period. So, yeah, as Brian says, I don't like Calgary so much, but I think you might have to sprinkle on him a little there tonight, especially with Wolf rolling and goal for Calgary. He's been Mr. Lights Out. He's one of those guys that Calgary's in a playoff spot. Good surprise. Just think if Wolf stands up on this rookie goalie, he could be pull a Bennington and upset some teams here in this first round of the playoffs there in the NHL, because he's that type of goalie that could do it.
Yeah, from Rod, let's get back to college hoops here. We'll cover the late slate here of the games we missed off the first slot. So we'll go over 8 o'clock Eastern here on over to the midnight Eastern tonight. You can see some swaction in there. We got Metro Atlantic. We got the first. We got a semi going on. Iona up by 12 against Quinnipiac here in the first game of this doubleheader. Some more SWAC in there. AAC action with UAB and East Carolina. WAC, Seattle and Utah Valley going head-to-head in Las Vegas. Purdue and Michigan, your late night game tonight. Big Ten Network has Purdue favored 2.5 here, total 147.5. And then we go back to the Big West with Santa Barbara after an upset win against Northridge, taking on probably the class of the league here. UC San Diego. The UC San Diego favored 11, Triton's 11 here, total 137.5. UConn and Creighton, doubleheader of the Big East here, semifinal. UConn 4, total 139.5, Madison Square Garden there. Arizona, Texas Tech in the Big 12. Texas Tech here laying 2, total 152. Kentucky and Alabama, South in the SEC conference. Alabama 7.5, total 179. This is a quarterfinal game. Their final will be on Sunday. Boise State, New Mexico. We move over to the Mountain West here. New Mexico lane 1 here, total 146.5. Clemson and Louisville here. Boy, Louisville, they got through there. Clemson 1.5, total 141.5. Cal Baptist and Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon favored 8.5, total 141. Cal Poly and Irvine 10.5, total 159.5. And we close it out tonight with Utah State and Colorado State in the Mountain West from Vegas. This one, pick the winner, you win the game. Pick them here. But Colorado State minus 117 money line, so they're kind of leaning their numbers there in that one. So let's get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, here I'm basically fading 2 teams that I didn't like what they were doing yesterday. One of them being Louisville. They should not have won that game. I'm all over Clemson here. Minus 1.5 I think is fair price. Also Creighton only being DePaul in, what was it, double overtime or single overtime? I mean, it was a very sketchy game for Creighton. I don't put any real value in them going into this game against UConn. UConn looked like the UConn of old in the last 10 minutes against Villanova. I think they found some momentum late in that game. I think they carried over and beat Creighton pretty easily, so I'm going to lay it here with UConn as well.
There from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
I don't know what it is tonight. I was thinking Louisville, but if I had to pick one game, I was going to do Creighton. But it's not that I'm purposely going the opposite of Kirk. It's just happening that way. I just think this is a one-possession game. Creighton's one of those teams that can go down the court with 10 seconds left and easily hit a three-pointer to get you within that number. I don't think this UConn team's as good as Huskies teams we've seen in the past. I'm going to take Creighton here plus the points, and I'll lean to Louisville Cardinals.
There we go.
And I'll throw a third one in there. A third one, the Boise State plus the 1.5. I don't like that New Mexico. The Lobos they're better in offense, defense, basically in every category. But I think Boise State Broncos get it done here tonight.
There from Brian. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Boise State there too. It's I know it's tough to go against Rick Pitino on a Friday night because we know what he gets rolling. He loves to reward Friday night success. So Booker's a blow for everybody if the Lobos can win, but I think Boise State comes in there and disappoints. The Lobos there. Give me Boise State. I think they take the success they had yesterday and continue to roll here. Give me Boise there. The other one I'm looking at here in this late night slate is I'm going to agree with. I like UConn here. They got into the surroundings of MSG. They're feeling like what they're doing, and they have a chance to punch a ticket if they just continue to win. And they can put all the stuff behind them that they had all year, where everybody had the doubters that they had no chance of making it here. Well, if they continue to win games, and they have a shot to punch their ticket to the big dance, and they can feel it. And after yesterday's game, I like what I saw. I don't like what I seen out of Creighton yesterday at all. You should have handled your business yesterday with DePaul easily. I like UConn here to handle their business and continue winning. Give me UConn. Lay the points there in that one. And then the blowout, give me the Anteaters. Good job, Cal Poly. You've played some good basketball down the stretch here, but this is where it ends. You're going to run into UC Irvine, and they win by 15 plus over Cal Poly there in that one. Just as I said that, it ticked up to 11. UC Irvine now. I'll take the Anteaters in that one.
There we go from Rod. Next up, we move on right on over to Javon.
Yeah, I'm on the Gauchos of UC Santa Barbara. I just like the way they've been playing as of late. Meanwhile, UC San Diego, they've been rolling, but last couple of games they haven't covered. And with this, 10.5, 11.5, depending on where you could get it, I have to take the underdog. It's really that simple. Just recent form, I think I want the points in my pocket in that one. Hard not to take the the over in that Kentucky Alabama game. It did stay under I believe it stayed under. Did it stay under the last game? I believe it did. 93 to 80. No. It did stay under. I'm kind of sure. Well, I don't know. Either way. No, as a matter of fact, it did, because I took the over and I lost about half a point, and I had 179 in that last game that these two teams played, and it landed on 79.5. So it did stay at the total. I'm gonna take the over in this game anyway. I think the foul game might be employed in this one. One of these teams are gonna be down just enough, to play the foul game in the last 2 to 3 minutes of this game. Which I think would bring it over the total if it already hasn't gone over the total, because with these SEC teams, some of these teams love to score. They love to make it a track meet. So I will go with the over in that one.
There from John. I'll just recap. Yeah, I like the Boise State here. I'm sorry, I like New Mexico on the strength of their defense. Number 1 defensive team in the Mountain West. Recapping that. All right, now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment, where our cappers can give out a parlay, team player prop, team prop, but they can also give a game in the future. Tomorrow's games, they'll make the call on this segment. I don't know if we have any degenerate MLB exhibition tonight, but anyway, we'll let the cappers decide. We'll get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to take UConn on the money line, St. John's on the money line, and the the Raptors on the money line.
Yeah, from Kirk. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
I'm taking the total opposite. I'm taking Marquette, Louisville, and then I'm going to go with the Clippers laying the points. So a 3-game parlay there.
There from Brian. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Well, you're definitely not going to get a good line on the Marquette game right now if you're betting Marquette, because it's 20-9 right now.
What's going
live
on?
In that first half.
Jesus
So
Christ.
good luck there.
Well, forget
definitely
that.
Not gonna. St. John's coming back, though. Probably get a nice, good in-game price on St. John's coming back, if you think so. There's that one, because it's 20-9 in the first half there. Actually, 22-9 as I speak. Marquette just scored again. That one. Same with the Illinois game. If you like Illinois, you might want to in-game that one. They're down 12 already, barely 22-10 there. So, all right, what I like here in this one, we're going to go to college basketball. I'm going to take Miami O plus the 4. We're going to take UConn, lay the 4, and I'm going to lay the 7.5 with Alabama. I don't like what I seen from Kentucky yesterday. That complete collapse. Alabama's going to boat race you right out of the gym there in that one. You want to get a track meet? Sure, they'll get a track meet. Alabama will drop 120 on you and win by 10 plus. Give me Alabama. Throw that into the parlay. 3-teamer for you tonight.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Javon.
Yeah, it'll be a 3-teamer. Timberwolves, Nuggets, Suns.
From Javon, I'll tell you which ones I like. I like New Mexico with the over Magic T-Wolves and the Jazz there with mine. All right, now it's time to see what we got going on over at Pick Dawgz. Huge weekend of action from the conference tournaments, NBA as well as NHL. So we'll see what Kirk's got for sale over at Pick Dawgz. I'll bring up Kirk to see what's got rolling. Kirk have been doing well over the last 7 days.
Yeah, as Tony said, college ball, NBA, maybe some skates, but also massive soccer. I already got 5 plays loaded up for tomorrow. Probably have similar on Sunday. Have a lot of college basketball left for the rest of the day. Got 3 NBA, so hop on something long term. And I'm not usually a massive value guy in terms of picks, but I'll probably have a good 30 picks this weekend as I really looking forward to March Madness here, and NBA is coming to a close sooner than later, so a lot to look forward to, so hop on something long term.
Get on board with Kirk over at Pick Dawgz. Great results last 7 days. Pick is a promo code to save you that 15% off. Let's take a look at what Brian's got going over at Pick Dawgz. Put up pretty good numbers the last 12 months.
Oh, I need to start picking it up. I've been on a cold spell, but I'm definitely due for a heater. I'm looking to cash my 4th straight titanium best bet. You can get that over at pickdawgz.com, just $25. Doesn't tip off till 8:30, so plenty of time on that one. Or maybe grab my Square Dancing 3-pack that includes that best bet. All 3 plays for $50 at pickdawgz.com. Check it out.
Check it out indeed with Brian over at Pick Dawgz. Great results over the past 12 months. We'll see what Javon's got going on over at Pick Dawgz. Javon has been strong NBA as well as college hoops for the year.
Yeah, I got a couple different. I got a 3-pack of remaining for the late college basketball time slot, and I have 1 NBA play. So there's not much left, but there's enough, to sink your teeth into, and get some money. And then, tomorrow, it's winding down, so it's not going to be a boatload of plays, but you're still going to have all day action, with the NBA included. As March Madness, takes place, you can find some spots in the NBA where it's a lot of, value, because the odds makers, they're going to be zoning in on college basketball and March Madness and, trying to, tighten up on the lines in that when it leaves, some valuable spots in the NBA. That said, check me out with certain long-term 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or match me with one of the other handicappers for the multi-capper promotion. You can't go wrong here. Sports Chat Place and Pick Dawgz. Let's get it.
Yeah, get it in with Javon over at Pick Dawgz. Let's take a look, see what's up. We'll see what Rod's got going over at Pick Dawgz. Rod's been red hot. Look at the last 30 days, over 3,200 years of profit.
Yeah, and I got left tonight. I got my Friday night college basketball triple. That's where we've been hot and focused in on the college basketball. So I got a nice little 3-pack there. Also got my 10-star college basketball slam dunk pick of the day still available on a nice 15-5 run with it. And then I also got my NHL one-timer play of the day as well. So definitely you can scoop that up. Plus money in the NHL this season there as well. So jump aboard. It is Friday, so the best way to go is grab that 3-day pass. You'll get Friday, you'll get Saturday, you'll get Sunday in there as well. Lots of NHL tomorrow, lots of NBA as well. Plus that college basketball on Saturday and Sunday as well. Not the big 160 game slate that we're used to on them Saturdays. Definitely slowing down a little bit, but definitely some quality action there in the spots to make some money. So definitely jump aboard, take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1 capital promotional at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. And don't forget the promo code PICK at checkout over there as well. Jump aboard and let's have a big weekend together.
That's right. Get on board with Rod over at Pick Dawgz. Great results, as you can see there. So get on board. All right, I've got a best bet on the board right now from college basketball. Also a 3-pack mixing NBA and college hoops together with 4 premiums. So get on board with me over at Pick Dawgz. That 3-day pass is a great way to roll and get all my premium plays for 3 days. We got college hoops here tonight. Saturday and Sunday. Also, my NBA in there with that 3-day all sports pass. You can also match up with your favorite cappers with the multi-capper package. Great value there at Pick Dawgz Premium. So get on board with me. Use promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We're back again live on Monday here at on Pick Dawgz. Let's find out what the cappers got going over on the YouTube channel. Lots of content up there. Weekend show as well. Brian, I know you put together a video series over at Pick Dawgz.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. My sharp betting, contrarian predictions every day on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. I'm definitely going to try to hop on this weekend, join the guys, and definitely have some fun.
Very good. That's right. Over on the YouTube. Javon, I know you have a video series. You can always catch you over on the weekend shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Per you on the show Saturday. Another stint with the Drive-Thru on Monday.
Okay, good. There from Javon. We're cracking up a little bit there. Kirk, I know you've got a lot going on the YouTube channel with soccer, as well as I know you've dabbled in some of the NBA video series as well.
Yeah, right now tons of soccer, so basically it's just soccer right now. Massive weekend, massive game. Season's coming to a close, about 8-9 games left in most of the top 5 leagues. About 50 games this weekend, and we have a video up for all 50 games, so go check that out.
Busy man, Kirk on the YouTube channel. Check the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel for that soccer coverage. Of course, Rod, pretty much a regular here on the Drive-Thru. They can catch you on a Sunday show.
Yeah, definitely tune in here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday here on the Drive-Thru, and then Sundays on the weekend show with the guys chatting the sports. So definitely tune in on the weekend as well.
Very good. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We're back again on Monday. Anybody have anything to say before we close it out?
Let's sweep the weekend.
Sweep the weekend.